The room wears gold like a second skin. The bass walks slow, invites me in. A hush like velvet, heavy dense. I button my calm and sharpen sense. The light's still low, the air runs thin. My shadow trims the noise within. In the night she grins, she loves this science. How power lives in brass and silence. Polished shoes on an oaken floor, a measured step through a mirror door. The band leans back to read my pace. I set the tone with breathing space. No need to claim, no need to plead. I let the stillness intercede. A single nod, a quiet license. I stitch the room with brass and silence. A cufflink blinks like a comet's tail. My gaze moves slow, my voice stays pale. The snare suggests, the kick agrees. The organ hums like trusted keys. I pour a truth I never say. Let gravity conduct the sway. Where others shout their weak reliance, I write my name in brass and silence. In thunder's noise, you forge it quiet, far from boys. You trade the spark for banked up coal. You tame the hand and crown the soul. When tempers beg for violence, I answer them with brass and silence. Let lesser storms announce their science. I raise a toast to brass and silence. So pour one for the kings who never shout, whose steady pulse dissolves the doubt. He laughs low, ignores the sirens. He rules by brass and honored silence. It hums like steel, it shines like wine. A sovereign glow without a sign. I ain't begging fate for guidance. I wear my crown in brass and silence. Yeah. She enters with a comet's grace, a test of poise across her face. I tilt the glass, I hold the frame. I let the rhythm take a name. No chase, no grin, no eager dance. Just orbit set by a tempered stance. She changes speed by my compliance. That's the art of brass and silence. I learned to fold the heat I feel like a linen smooth on tempered steel. To place each word like coins on scales. To let the hush outvote the tales. When pride arrives with gaudy giants, I greet it with my brass and silence. I never buy the cheap alliance. I trade in gold and quiet science. The man in the mirror tilts his head, says you talk less and speak instead. A measured breath can move a throne. A patient glance recarves a stone. No blade to wave, no stage defiance. Just empire built of brass and silence. He taps the glass, confirms the science. Hold your crown with brass and silence. Yeah. A murmur builds from jealous throats. A restless tide that swells and floats. The bass digs in, the snare grows tight. The room prepares to test my right. I raise my hand an inch at best. The noise folds back into its chest. The band resumes its calm alliance, obedient to brass and silence. Pour one for the man who reads the tide, who slows the storm without a stride. He hums low, declines the violence. He bends the night with brass and silence. Raise your glass to iron grace. Two eyes that slow a crowded place. No roar, no shove, no man. Lights throw coins on every wall. The Hammond sighs a chapel call. A single bench suspends the room. A pause becomes a perfume plume. I trace the air with quiet signs, a line of gold and silver silence. The groove drips warm, the noise relents. All debt is paid in confidence. I outgrew chaos game. I bank my fire in deeper jars. I steer by scars instead of stars. When tempers beg for my compliance, I answer true with brass and silence. A small refusal, clean and fine. A crown that needs no borderline. No choir sings the measured art. No trumpet crowns the patient heart. The proof is how the riot slows. How even lightning learns repose. You want the key to true reliance. Distill your power, brass and silence. Let louder men chase cheap appliance. We mint the night with brass and silence. Yeah. So pour one for the sovereign few, whose quiet tells the world what's true. He laughs low, denies the sirens. He holds the dark with brass and silence. No required, no gilded fence. Just breathe and balanced eloquence. And when I fade, recall my science. I wore my crown. Embrace and silence. Watch this toast and it's subtly gold. Your dreams burn loud when cans roll cold. Tessie bread bun is dull in tan. On plywood's chalk on burial sand. But every empire built to last is grass from handsome prudence brass. So I close my eyes, just it's the violence. As I relate with brass and silence. Window open to a D minor sky. Curtains slow dance with a faithful sigh. Kettle forgets to sing on time. Room holds still like a patient rhyme. I sit with nothing under my teeth and hear the place where silence learns to breathe. I used to fear the soundless floor, rush my soul through every door, fill the quiet with pilot lights, kept alarms to warm my nights. But clocks get tired of saving face, and thunder stumbles out of place. The day I put my armor down, the room exhaled without a sound. A chair said stay, the lamp said live, the sink said wash what you can't forgive. I listened soft to the air beneath the gentle ride, where silence learns to breathe. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks with a harsher wreath, open the door where silence learns to breathe. Where silence learns to breathe. It isn't empty, it's alive. It keeps a pulse you hardly see. It helps your better names arrive. No neon crown, no crowded creed, just steady light. where silence learns to breathe. Street hums low like a kindly drum. A moth writes cursive on the sun. The calendar loses all its teeth. Every task finds gentler sheathed. I pour the coffee slower now. Let steam translate a quieter vow. A neighbor waves with a mended sleeve, says fence holds better if you leave. A little room for wood to swell. I nod, my heart has learned the spell. Give distance space, give sorrow sheep. You'll hear a change when silence learns to breathe. Breathe on full, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns with a frantic plea, point at the chair, sit down, just be. Where silence learns to breathe. It isn't empty, it's alive. It keeps a pulse you hardly see. It helps your better names arrive. No neon crown, no crowded creed, just steady light. Where silence learns to breathe. I keep a drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. Some I sand with softer ink, some I shelve so time can think. The mirror does a kinder job, leaves out the blade, keeps in the sob. I set my jaw to rest, not rule. Let mercy take the sharper tool. The house remembers how I've grown, teaches me rooms I thought I owned. They own me back with quiet teeth. They choose the pace where silence learns to breathe. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for headline read, turn off the page, let silence learns to breathe. Where silence learns to breathe. It isn't empty, it's alive. It keeps a pulse you hardly see. It helps your better names arrive. No neon crown, no crowded creed, just steady light. Where silence learns to breathe. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard. I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the steps I marched in vain. I'll walk them home in evening rain. Let guitar bend once and rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a brighter sheet, I'll feed it bread where silence breathes. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. A widow waters her porch fern slow, hums a hymn the old bells know. We trade a nod across the street, a treaty sealed without a sheet. No sermon, no heroic claim, just breathe that spells a truer name. The dog lies down between our feet. The day grows soft, the hours sweet. I learned to love the quiet's teeth, how gentle bites teach lungs to breathe. Hold that for, let the rim click fade. Let mercy harvest what time has made. If history calls with a restless wreath, answer with work and cleaner breath. where silence learns to breathe. It isn't empty, it is alive. It keeps a pulse you hardly see. It helps your better names arrive. No neon crown, no crowded creed, just steady light, where silence learns to breathe. Night puts amber on the kitchen tile. Kettle takes its time a while. I close the door of unmarried. The rain don't stop for a guilty man. It falls the same, it just don't land. The glass still shakes when the night gets loud. The past still stands where I once vowed. The whiskey hum, the soul debates between the door of love and fate. And the night she knows mercy came too late. I built my walls from pride and smoke, watched her drown in every joke. She begged for warmth, I gave her cold. Called it strength, but it was old. Now I drink in a room she used to light. Her laughter gone, but the ghost still bites. You know I pray, I hesitate. Mercy came too late. The mirror don't lie, it just reflects the wreckage love can't resurrect. Her scent still walks these hollow halls, soft as grace, hard as walls. I said her name, it hurt to speak, like prayer from lips that turn too weak. Each word I whisper sealed my fate. Mercy came too late. No preacher saves a stubborn heart when it's too proud to restart. You can beg the sky, you can fight the flame, but forgiveness don't wear your name. The truth don't chase, it just waits, stands beside your slow mistake. And when it knocks, you hesitate. Mercy came too late. So pour one for the man who saw too clear, when the light was gone, not when it was near. He laughs soft, tries to meditate, but mercy came too late. It hums like sorrow through his veins, a quiet echo that still remains. He ain't seeking grace, just fate, 'cause mercy came too late. I wrote a name on an envelope, but the ink ran wild with no hope. The words said sorry, but they bled. Each line I wrote just filled with dread. The wind took it from my hand, like time too cruel to understand. The sky turned black, the soul sedate. Mercy came too late. I stood outside the church she loved, watched candles flicker like the ones above. The pews were empty, the choir was gone, but the silence still sang her favorite song. I left one rose was on the 7th seat, the one where she'd rest her feet. And though I whispered through the gate, mercy came too late. The man in the mirror don't pray no more. He's tired of knocking on closed doors. He says, son, you had the chance. The time you turn love's rhythm into rhyme. Now the blues don't punish, it reminds that guilt's a friend of broken minds. You can't rewrite what sealed your fate. Mercy came too late. I felt a touch in a dream last night, soft as sin, gone by light. She said, I forgive, but not for you. It's just what dead hearts learn to do. I woke with tears I couldn't hide, like ghosts that won't step aside. Each breath I take, each step I wait, mercy came too late. Pour one for the man who don't belong, who hums her name through every song. He still prays low, but heaven's gate, yeah, mercy came too late. Raise that glass to what's been lost, to every heart that knows the cost. No pardon left to reinstate. Mercy came too late. Smoke grows thick, the tone breathes deep. Forgiveness watches, but it won't weep. I play a tune on broken strings. Each note confesses, each silence stings. The blues don't lie, it just translates. Every wound mercy can't sedate. And in the hush I resonate. Mercy came too late. I ain't holy, I ain't pure, but I've walked roads I can't endure. If heaven waits, it waits in vain. For men like me, don't change the chain. I breathe in guilt, I exhale hate, still hoping peace won't hesitate. But when I look, the truth's innate. Mercy came too late. Ain't no choir to cleanse my soul, just a hum of blues that takes control. No angel waits beyond that gate. Whoa, mercy came to. D minor dawn on a window pane. Kettle speaks low like a patient vein, and dust writes mercy where morning grew. I touch the sill to light the brew, and breathe it in like something new. When all that's left of me is quiet, all that remains is true. I kept a ledger etched in bone, names like rivers, debts like stone. I weighed my days on iron scales, told the night my storm-born tales, but metal rusts and thunder tires. Water beats the tallest spires. Words are left behind when the brag is through. A chair, a lamp, a faithful screw, a hinge that sings the house to you. Not much to crown, just much to do. I learn to bless the small of you. When I'm done with proving, all that remains is true. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breath be the long, clear guide. If memory wants a brighter dew, pour a tea and let it cool. The truth is patient, simple blue. When all that remains is true, no crown, no stage, no debt to sue. Just bread and light and work you do. A name that fits, a soul that grew. The thunder folds, the day comes through. I set my hands to honest use. I am the quiet proof I knew. When all that remains is true. I hung the suit that wore my fear. Watched the velvet disappear. Silk can't hold a bending heart. Gold can't keep a home from part. I traded heat for humble flame. Lost some glory, found a name. I fixed the gate, I fixed my pace. I left a seat at every place. The letters I never found the time arrived in chores and cleaner lines. A widow's smile the way grief does, half a salt and half a trust. The street said thanks, the hinges too, in oiled metal. Truth came through. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns to argue blue, point to the door that swings like new. When all that remains is true, no crown, no stage, no debt to sue. Just bread and light and work you do. A name that fits, a soul that grew. The thunder falls, the day comes through. I set my hands to honest use. I am the quiet proof I knew. When all that remains is true. I kept a drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. Some I sent, the rest I wore inside the coat that learned me more. The mirror edits what shame would sell, leaves the face that fits me well. Not a savior, not a saint, just a man who learned restraint. I count the rooms that made me new, the sink, the porch, the wooden pew of any chair that held me through. Forgiveness built in grain and glue. No witness needed, nothing due. I breathe, I live and call it true. Hold that 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for one more cue, smile once kindly, you're almost through. When all that remains is true, no crown, no stage, no debt to sue. Just bread and light and work you do. A name that fits, a soul that grew. The thunder falls, the day comes through. I set my hands to honest use. I am the quiet proof I knew. When all that remains is true. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I held too tight. I'll speak them soft and make them right. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once then rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon view, feed it supper salt into. If power asks what it should do, make room at tables, keep love true. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. A child chalks planets on the walk, orbits held by patient talk. She names the small one second try, gives it time to learn the sky. Her mother laughs, the light agrees, folds a ribbon on the trees. Across the lane a neighbor calls, fences holding thanks to all. I wave and carry bread inside, let ordinary be my guide. The room receives my working shoes, floorboards hum their honest news. The house exhales a humble cue. When life is this, the world is true. Count to 4 with a longer trust. Let brass breathe warm above the dust. If history asks what's due from you, answer chairs in time. And true, well, all remains is true. No crown, no stage, no debt to sue. Just bread and light and work you do. A name that fits a soul that grew. The thunder falls, the day comes through. I set my hands to door sighs once like a kind old friend. Mat so clean it forgets where you've been. Piano in the hallway counts to 4. Dust floats wholly through a patient door. You put down the keys and the day loosens too. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. The kitchen knows the storms you wore. Kettle translates them into something warm. Tile remembers your heavier shoe, still offers light where you tend to bruise. The window keeps your name like steam, wipes it softly when you need clean. You don't need thunder to prove you came. The fridge light whispers your true name. You sit with bread with ordinary grace, a chair that takes the weight you face. You learn your breath, the slower view. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the lamp be the gentler guide. If yesterday knocks like a dead come due, let the floorboards answer, we know you. These rooms forgive you, walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. The sink keeps secrets you confess to. Soap rinses the iron out of rope. A towel folds open like a small new prayer, says you are allowed to leave it there. The hallway mirror is kind tonight, leaves out the battles, keeps the bright. It edits the ache but spares the true, enough for the better part of you. You hang your coat on a faithful hook, it doesn't ask which road you took. You learn to bless what you once outdrew. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Breathe on 4 till the strings lean low. Let piano leave spaces where meanings grow. rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. In the study, silence keeps a pen. Pages waiting like patient friends. You write one letter you'll never send, fold it in peace and let it mend. The bookshelf holds what time made wise, stories that teach a gentler size. Clock ticks soft like a second chance, turning regret into usable plans. You all a hinge on the door you hurt, sweep the footprints of a harsher word, a softer craft, a steadier glue. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Count to 4 till the heart stands true. Let breeze arrive like morning dew. If memory begs for a brighter view, turn on the lamp and leave it to you. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let guitar bend once and rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory needs a neon view, feed it supper, wash a few, say less, stand plain. Count to 4, remain. Oh, bedroom hair wears a linen calm, curtains murmur like a psalm. You place your anger on the chair, wake to find there's less to wear. The roof doesn't promise drought or sun, it simply holds while seasons run. What's lost returns in a humbler hue, what stayed grows green and honest too. You learn to keep the small things fed, water the plant, unmake the dread. A lamp, a book, a view made new. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Breathe on 4, let the rim click stay. A heartbeat and a quieter day. If shame arrives in a louder blue, lay out a blanket, let it through. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Ooh, you call a friend you should have called, say what you meant and spare the gall. The hallway smiles at the way you learn to keep some bridges built to return. A neighbor knocks, the fence won't stay. You bring your tools and half the day. 2 measured hands, 1 humble clue. Fixing his gate repaired you too. The house breathes out. Moon leans low on a crooked wire. My breath smells like smoke and tire. Another night with nothing to prove, just the echo of the man I used to move. The whiskey speaks where words can't live, a quiet sermon no priest could give. In the dark, she nods, she always forgives. I left the town and forgot my fate, chasing ghosts I could never replace. Dreams turned cold in the neon rain, every step I took just spelled my name. She said, baby, love's a game of death, and I'm still paying what I can't forget. I light a match just to watch it fade, 'cause whiskey don't forget mistakes I made. The jukebox hums the same old lie, promises burning while the years go by. Stranger nod says I know that pain. We toast the past and lose again. A shadow moves where a perfume stays. It's been 10 years but it smells the same. Every night I try to reset, but whiskey don't forget. No preacher waits, no choir sings, just bottles lined like wedding rings. You can pray or curse the flame, but it'll still spell out her name. Sin comes cheap, truth comes late. Heaven's locked, I missed that gate. And every sip's a cold duet, 'cause whiskey don't forget. So pour one for the man who lost his fight, still singing low through another night. He laughs soft at what he regrets, yeah. Whiskey don't forget. It hums my sorrow in a golden tone, cuts through bone straight to the soul. I ain't begging peace, just a reset, but whiskey don't forget. Photos torn, but her smile still stings, like a chord that never stops to ring. I left a name carved on a ballroom door. She left her heart on my bedroom floor. The past don't sleep, it just waits in line with an open seat and a glass of wine. I try to heal, but the blues still bet that whiskey won't forget. The road arms low, the ties confess, every mile a wound I don't address. I chase forgiveness down dead-end streets, but mercy don't speak to men like me. I see her face in motel glass, reflected pain that just won't pass. I smile faintly, try to reset, but whiskey don't forget. The man in the mirror grins too wide, he's tired of watching me run and hide. He says, boy, the truth is a debt unpaid, and whiskey's the price that never fades. The blues ain't cruel, it's just fair. It gives you pain, 'cause nothing else cares. You lose your soul, your last roulette. Still, whiskey don't forget. I used to play loud for a crowded room, now I hum slow in the shadows tune. She said I'd drown in my own regret. Now I float on the sea, I can't forget. The night don't judge, it just takes its due. Each drop a story I swore was true. The flame still burns my silhouette. Whiskey don't forget. Pour one more for the ones who tried to love too hard and still got that night. For the ghosts that dance when the lights reset, yeah. Whiskey don't forget. Raise that glass to the sinner's song, where right feels forget. I sold my peace for a steady flame. Signed the night beneath my name. The bar's near empty, but the sound still sways. A broken prayer to better days. Each note bleeds, each silence weighs. She's gone, but her ghost still plays. And in that hush, a cold regret whiskey won't forget. I ain't holy, I ain't free, but I still keep time in minor key. If hell had a stage, I'd play it blue, 'cause the devil drinks the same as you. My song's a scar I can't outplay. It follows me night and day. I drink the dreams not finished yet, 'cause whiskey don't forget. No choir hums, no dawn redeems, just a low hum of forgotten dreams. The truth don't fade, it just resets. Whiskey don't forget. It's mercy's twin with a bitter face, a cold hand, a warm embrace. I fade, I fall, I owe that debt. Whiskey don't forget. So pour one for the silent kind who left their peace but stayed behind. For every man the world misread, yeah. Whiskey don't forget. No crown, no light, no silhouette, just the smoke of an old regret. And if I'm gone, remember yet, the whiskey don't forget.
The room forgets to breathe a while. The bass walks slow in a measured style. The lights hang low like patient eyes. I straighten truth, remove disguise. A match goes out but leaves its heat. The snare taps vows beneath my feet. And the night, she nods without defiance. She knows a king built out of silence. I lay my bricks on quiet ground, where thunder fades and nerves unbound. No shouting crown, no borrowed praise, just steady hands through weaker days. I learned to make the chaos storm, to build a roof that will not fall. When storms arrive with cheap reliance, I answer with a house of silence. I took the road that bends through rain, let patience clean the bitter stain. I spend my pride in smaller coins and fix my spine at broken joints. The mirror bowed, the rage withdrew, and in its place the iron grew. I learned to tune the world's appliance by holding time in quiet silence. Ain't no preacher teach this art. You learn it losing half your heart. You let the hunger slow it spin. You lock the door, then breathe within. You shape the flame, you choose its height. You keep it fed but out of sight. And when the noise demands compliance, you answer answer will you build in silence? So pour one for the men who never boast, who save their words for when they're most. He laughs low, unmoved by violence. He wears his power built from silence. It hums like oak, it shines like stone, a sovereign calm that stands alone. I ain't begging fate for guidance. I move the night with forged out silence. The barmaid knows when storms walk in. She sees the swagger, hears the din. She sets my glass, the room takes note. Her hush slides under every throat. The organ breathes a velvet chord. The kick keeps time with no reward. A single nod, a small compliance. The whole place turns on quiet signs. I keep my laws in leather bound. No gilded edges, plain and sound. Hold back your heat, conserve your fire. Let once be tested by desire. Speak once, speak true, then let it stand. Correct your course with open hand, and never trade your soul for pence. You're worth the price of your own silence. The man in the mirror taps the frame, says, boy, you finally learned your name. It ain't the roar that gets it done. It's staying still till battle's won. No blade to wave, no stage defense, just presence, weight, and consequence. He points and smiles, a mild alliance. Your crown is carved from patient silence. A murmur climbs from jealous chance, a petty tide that swells and crests. They bait the spark, they prime the fuse. They hope I like what they can't use. I raise my hand an inch or two. The wave forgets what it should do. The snare resumes, the bass finds guidance. Obedient to measured silence. Pour one for the man who reads the signs, who slows a storm with steady lines. He hums low, declines of violence. He bends the dark with built-in silence. Raise your glass to iron grace, to eyes that calm a crowded place. No throne, no roar, no license, just sovereign heat and crafted silence. A single note becomes a beam, a pillar set in midnight seam. The room suspends its restless weight. The breath of doubt learns how to wait. The groove lays bricks, the reverb glows. A hallway where the wisdom goes. I press my palm to time's appliance. The walls stand up on quiet silence. I ain't holy, I ain't tame. I just retired from losing games. I spend my sparks on better nights. I let my scars become my rights. I carry storms in sealed jars. I steer by truth instead of stars. And when the world wants grand defiance, I sign my name with seasoned silence. Ain't no choir singing for the still, no trumpets for a tempered will. You'll watch the ride fold its wings when patient hands arrange the strings. You want the key to this appliance, its breath and spine and quiet signs. When chaos begs for your compliance, stand tall inside your built-up silence. So pour one for the sovereign few. No trouble.
The room leans close like it wants to learn. The bass ticks slow like a measured burn. The lights go low, the noise turns thin. I press my breath and settle in. My watch taps time against my palm. A quiet storm, the weight of calm. In the night she nods, she knows this song. A crown that rests in the weight of calm. I walk that line between steel and silk, where heat runs slow like warm milk. No need to shout, no fist to show. I let my presence set the flow. My shoes draw maps on oak and grain. The snare keeps time inside my veins. A city bows without alarm to the measured weight of calm. Cufflinks flash like lightning dead, but thunder hides in how I stare. I lift a glass, the room complies. 1,000 doubts grow civilized. I choose my words like polished stones. I lay them down, they build their throne. The floorboards hum my private psalm, a kingdom built on the weight of calm. Ain't no preacher teach a steady hand. You learn by losing what you plan. You trade the roar for something deep, a pace that moves while others sleep. You let the fire dodge the bomb. You hold it close, you keep it warm. And when the storm expects you home, you answer with the weight of calm. So pour one for the man who never rushed, whose silence makes the loud ones hush. He laughs slow, he won't his song. He rules the night with weight of calm. It hums like oak, it sways like steel. A patient force the proud can feel. I ain't begging fate or charm. I move the world with the weight of calm. The band sits back to let me breathe. The organ smoke threads through my sleeve. The guitar bends like tempered wheel, a single note that holds you still. The barmaid nods, she knows this tune. When measured men light up a room, no tempest here, no cheap alarm, just a quiet weight of calm. I learned to fold my anger neat, to iron rage with controlled heat, to close my fist around the wind, to content. I count the beats the drummer hides. I read the eyes the crowd provides. Where others run, I simply song. A wind by way to calm. The man in the mirror lifts his chin, says, boy, I see you learn to win. Not by blaze or sharpened tongue, but by the breath you hold in lung. No sword to wave, no flag to claim, just poison patience in your name. He taps the glass, confirms a charm. You're crowned by weight of calm. She enters slow with silver eyes, a question hid in her disguise. She waits to see if I will chase. I let the stillness take her face. A tilt of glass, a glance of grace. No frantic moves, no crowded space. The bass grows warm, the doubts disarm. She understands the weight of calm. Pour one for the man who reads the tide, who makes the storm itself subside. He hums low, keeps that song. He crowns the room with the weight of calm. Raise your glass to iron grace, to silent heat and steady pace. No shout, no bluff, no bomb, just sovereign weight of calm. The groove pulls tight like tailored cloth. The tempo breathes a sacred oath. Each note holds back just half a breath. A dance with danger, not with death. I set the air in measured harm, a lullaby of weight of calm. The room leans in, the doubts grow small. They fall beneath the weight of calm. I ain't holy, I ain't tame, I just refuse the frantic game. I bank my sparks in tempered steel, I spend them slow so fate can kneel. I carry storms in quieter jars, I steer by scars instead of stars. When chaos begs for open palm, I close my hand with the weight of calm. Ain't no choir singing me through, just bass and breath and follow through. No trumpet blast, no gilded bomb, just heartbeat under weight of calm.
The smoke curls, soft like thoughts in sin, around the things I never meant. The whiskey sways where silence grew, between a heart and what I knew. The night hums low, my conscience sways, counting words I let decay. In the dark she sighed, she knows instead of all the words I never said. I watched her leave with her suitcase small. No tear, no fight, no final call. Her eyes said more than I ever could, and I just froze, I never should. Her hand brushed mine, her smile was kind, but the truth stayed locked inside my mind. every dream repeats that thread, those words I never said. The walls still hum her favorite tune. It plays slow under the bleeding moon. Her shoes still rest by the broken chair, like she might come back, still live there. I speak to ghosts who never reply, the silence louder than goodbye. The echoes speak what I misread, the words I never said. Ain't no preacher who'll forgive this kind. The sin of silence, a cage mind. You can cry loud, you can pray low, but truth don't bloom and when you don't show. The heart will ache, the tongue will stall, and pride will build your final wall. By the time you look, the love is dead, killed by words you never said. So pour one for the man who spoke too late, who watched his heaven dissipate. He laughed soft but inside's laid, with all the words he never said. They hum through night, they burn in bed, they haunt the air inside his head. He ain't seeking peace, just thread through the words he never said. I write a name in cigarette smoke, each line a wish, each breath a choke. I play a song on a rusty string, the sound of loss in everything. The radio hums the way she'd hum, soft and low before she'd come. Now even silence feels like lead, with the words I never said. I saw her once by the station light, her hair still gold, her eyes still bright. She didn't speak, but her look was plain. Some love don't die, it just remains. I opened my mouth, but time stood still. The courage froze, the heart stood still. I let her go, my soul misled by the words I never said. He just stares back, proud and small. He says, boy, your tongue's your sin. You build a cage and live within. I nod slow, I know he's right. Silence owns me every night, and the blues play soft where angels fled from the words I never said. Some nights I swear I hear her hum the same tune where our love begun. She whispers slow, you waited too long. Now I'm the lyric but you're the song. Her voice don't fade, it bends like time, turns guilt to verse, regret to rhyme. The stars burn low in my stead for the words I never said. Pour one for the man who tears till the dawn. He hums her name in shades of red, yeah, the words he never said. Raise their glass to the silent kind who left their truth too far behind. No grace, no flame, just dread, and the words he never said. So pour one for the hearts undone, that lose their truth and call it done. For every soul that walked instead of saying what they should have said. No crown, no flame, no thread, just silence keeping the dead fed. When I fade, remember red, the words I never said. I seen love die with lips still sealed, a war of hearts where none were healed. Seen love die